In our effort to improve on our compliance, there are a number of initiatives that the Ghana Revenue Authority is doing. In our last meeting, we told you about some of the challenges we have regarding our VAT. And one of them we said was that the VAT and the declaration that we are experiencing has to do with under invoicing, non-issuance of VAT invoices, undercarding, and so forth. So then we started with the invigilation and the test purchase as one of the measures to block in this loophole. On the long term, what we can do as a country to ensure that we get to know all the transactions that is going on in the country is to move into the electronic space. And as a result, the mid-year budget came out that the Ghana Revenue Authority is going to introduce electronic certified invoice system in our economy or in our country. This we started, law has been passed to that effect. The Section 42 of the VAT Act, which talks about invoicing, the Commissioner General's invoicing, has now been amended to make electronic invoicing the sole invoicing that the Commissioner, a businessman, is required to issue. And the go live on this implementation is 1st of October 2022. So come 1st of October 2022, the Ghana Revenue Authority is going to roll out the e-invoicing system. And the rollout is going to be done in phases from 1st of October to the first quarter of 2023. We will ensure that all large taxpayers are on the e-invoicing system, plus some of the taxpayers that we think they are high-risk taxpayers will also be added. Then in the third quarter 2023, we are hoping to cover all medium-sized taxpayers, and the rest will be covered by the end of the first quarter of 2024. So this is the roadmap that we have put in place to ensure that we are able to get our invoicing system electronically. The GRA will have a transparency in the VAT collection system. Transparency in the sense that this time around, the invoices that is being issued by taxpayers, GRA will have a view of it at the back end. So those who are issuing and who are doing undercarding, if you issue 1,000, it is the 1,000 that GRA will have information on it. So there is going to be a bit of transparency when it has to do with declaration to the Ghana Revenue Authority in terms of transactions that have occurred. Then it's going to curtail a lot of abuse that we discuss about in the invoicing system, which currently the manual system has. We discuss a number of the manual system. You go to business, some of them even ask whether you want VAT invoice or you don't need VAT invoice. Now with the electronic invoicing, you are required to take an invoice, and that invoice is the Commissioner General certified invoice system, which will be given to you automatically. So you have no choice. If you decide not to take the invoice, then of course the sanctions that are that we have under the tax laws will be applied to you. Then the extent of the use of the software we're going to extend the use of this invoicing software to taxpayers who are not registered or who even don't have a system we're going to extend this one to them for them also to be on the e-invoice system. And as I said, by the time that we finish the rollout, we'll be able to do this. And the end result of this is that we will be able to improve on compliance. We'll have audit trail of all the transactions, which will make it easier for us to know the volume of transaction, for us to assess the taxes correctly. Companies that have been given authorization by the Commissioner General to use their own system currently. So such companies, you go, they print their invoice, you have the VAT invoice on it. For such companies, what we are doing is that we're going to integrate their system to our system, to be able to operate the e-invoice. Those with that system, the Ghana Revenue Authority is going to give them free invoicing system that they will be able to use it. So that is how it's going to work. So we have those with the system already and those without the system, and each of them will be provided. In the same way, we also moving into electronic tax clearance certificates. A tax clearance certificate is given to taxpayers to prove their compliance status. And you've had a number of challenges regarding the tax clearance certificate that is also done manually. You have number of fake TCC. Recently we had Joy FM talking about one of them. You have businesses coming back to the Ghana Revenue Authority to cross-check whether a particular tax clearance certificate that has been given to a taxpayer is authentic. So to be able to resolve all these challenges, we are moving into electronic issuance of a tax clearance certificate. So this time, how does it work? All what you need to do as a taxpayer is to apply for a tax clearance certificate through our portal. And when you go to the portal, you have a compliance check to ensure whether you have filed all your returns, you paid all your taxes, and you've done all what is required of you as a taxpayer. Because it is when you have satisfied this that you qualify for a tax clearance certificate. So you do it electronically, and once the system checks and you qualify, you can print your tax clearance certificate electronically, and it can also be given to the requesting entity. So you're going to bid for a contract, you are required to show your tax clearance certificate. Once we have the tax identification number of the entity, this clearance certificate will be sent to that entity online. So the issue of authenticating, coming back to GRA as to the genuineness of the clearance certificate will be solved. So this is also coming on live from 1st of October, and we'll be doing the rollout in the same manner as we do the event. We're doing all this in our effort to try to improve on compliance, in an effort to try to ensure that we weed out all the challenges that we've been having in our revenue mobilization to improve on compliance for better revenue for the development of this country.